One of the biggest mistakes that high performers make when they want to show up in a future event as their best self, under pressure, on demand, and when it matters most, is failing to create future memories, which is an oxymoron, but incredibly important to do. You see, your brain can look at the future in one of three ways. It can fear it, which will give you anxiety, which means you won't show up as your best. It can be excited by it, which will put you in a flow state, which means you will show up at your best, or it can be indifferent to it, which means you'll grind out, you'll rust out, you'll procrastinate, and eventually you'll slide backwards into irrelevance. So what we want to do as high performers is give ourselves the juice inside to get into a flow state and to be excited by the future. But how do we do that? We do that through those things I call future memories. You see, your brain and my brain and everybody else's brain on the planet is a prediction engine, which means it spends most of its time predicting the next event coming up in your life, the next second, rather than living in the current moment. Yeah, so it predicts the future based upon past experience, or more specifically, memories. Now, memories can be built from past experiences, but memories can also be built from things that have not yet happened, future memories. Athletes do this. This is why athletes are trained to, when they've got an event coming up, a high pressure event coming up, they're trained to be very good at mental rehearsal, creative visualization. They mentally rehearse again and again in the cinema of their mind their performance going well in that future event. Now, your unconscious mind doesn't know the difference between something that happened in reality and something that happened vividly in your nervous system. So if you can get very good at getting your brain into a very receptive, suggestible state, a theta state, and when you're in that state, you can mentally rehearse, practice how you wish to show up in a future event, you are creating future memories. Therefore, when you arrive at that point in reality in your life, when you arrive at that high pressure point, your brain, which is always predicting the next moment based upon the past, will drag those memories up you've been mentally rehearsing. It will think you've been there before. That is why creative visualization is so powerful. That's why mental rehearsal is so powerful. That is why you need to learn how to get into that theta state, that highly programmable state, so that you can create and implant those future memories that you can draw energy from when you get to that time in your life. If you want to know how to do that, DM me.